guys, welcome to Strange Suspicion. It is November 1st, and we did just have the most wonderful 2 days of, I would say, I had the best Halloween of my life, and that is saying a lot because I have worked in a lot of haunted houses for many, many years, and this was it really topped every single Halloween I've ever had. I don't know about you, Bob.
Best Halloween by far. Sorry about that. Hello. Yes, I'm.
Okay. You can put me up there when you're ready.
There we are.
There we are, guys. It's hard for me to do it when I'm not looking at myself. I just want to say hi to everybody that I see in chat. If I missed anybody, let me know, Bob. I see Dillhole, Precious Juggalos, Jane, Killer Collections. I see EC Juggalo, Juggalette Queen, Cyborg Mama.
Jane.
Am I missing anyone?
Jane.
Of course. Jane. Thank you for watching all the way from the UK at this hour. I don't know what time it is by you. Juggalette Queen. Yeah. I hope you guys all had a great Halloween. I don't know how you guys celebrated, but we're about to let you know how we celebrated, and it was pretty magical.
That's right.
Right. So where should we start, guys? Let's see. It's 2:17 in the morning in the UK.
Oh shit.
Holy cow. Oh, by the way, I did get this request for our P.O. box today. So if you wanted to ever send, hey, Alejandro, I missed Alejandro.
Yeah.
Whoop, whoop, Alejandro. Thank you for being here.
What's up?
If you are the person, I don't know if I'm supposed to say who we are, but if you were the person who wanted to know our P.O. box today, that is our P.O. box right at the bottom of the screen. It's P.O. Box 1305, Fowlerville, Michigan. I can't see because the phone is like right in front of me, so I'm having a little bit of trouble.
They'll be able to see it on
the
TV or their phones, you know what I'm saying? They'll be able to see it.
Yeah. So where should we start? Where do you think we should start?
Well, we started in the morning of Hallowicked, right?
Or Devils Night. We were there also.
Excuse me. Yeah, that's what I meant. Devils Night. The morning of Devils Night. I'm jumping the gun already. Boom.
So we went there.
Yeah, it was pretty awesome.
We did have the pleasure of, for those of you that don't know, we did have the pleasure of getting media passes from Violent J. He offered us media passes for the entire tour. However, we were unable to do that because he did that kind of last minute. We absolutely would have gone if we would have known sooner, but he did give us passes to Devils Night and to Hallowicked, which was completely mind-blowing in and of itself. And the experience that we had, you guys will be seeing that. We're going to take our time with that. We've seen a lot of people releasing content. We assure you that our content will be completely unique. And if you are a paid member of the channel, we're offering an incentive to those of you who might be considering becoming a paid member of the channel. We do have a level. It's $2.99 a month. And then I think the other one's $4.99. But we are going to be showing some exclusive Devil's Night and Hallowicked content. And what I mean by exclusive is we did have the pleasure of being on the other side of the barricade. And that was incredible. So
sorry,
we will be doing that as an incentive. I just wanted to throw that out there because I did tell somebody that in a DM earlier, and I didn't want to just tell one person. So if you do want to support the channel in that way, that is awesome. If you cannot or don't want to, that's cool too. We're happy that you're here either way. But yeah. Bob was mentioning, oh, there he is, Weird Pervert Ninja. Nice to see you.
And we forgot, I think her name's, that's on the screen there, Joe Mama.
Joe Mama.
We forgot to say hello to Joe Mama.
I'm sorry about my voice, guys. Obviously, being at Devil's Night, with both nights of JCW and both nights of ICP and the Bitchin' Wild Bucks and Wacko the Kid and Shaggy the Airhead and Ouija Mac. There was a lot of screaming and excitement. So I'm doing the best I can. We're probably going to be doing this live for about an hour. If you wanted to ask us anything or say anything, we will absolutely put your comments up on the screen. We do have some shout outs to do, but we're going to start with the morning of Devil's Night. Do you have that picture, Bob?
I do. I just got to pull her up here. Oh, look at.
Who's that guy? Handsome. Look at you.
With my big old breakfast. Looks good. Oh, my eggs. Both of my egg yolks are broke. Look at that.
Wow.
That was some bullshit.
You didn't even break it. That was them.
No, yeah, that was them. They were on some bullshit. Like I wasn't mad, of course. I'm just joking. I complained after on their website. I left a bad Yelp review.
Did you?
I left a bad Yelp review, you know.
Bob.
I'm kidding. No.
You broke my yolks.
Their breakfast was great. We started there. We figured, well, we better get a good breakfast, you know. So that's where it started. And it just got better. It just got better. What did you have? You had the same thing as me, right?
You had Sunny and I had over easy eggs.
Oh, gotcha.
I think that was the difference. Oh, and you had bacon. You ate bacon.
Oh, yeah, which is weird because that's the only meat I do eat when I do eat meat. Sometimes I have to indulge. I don't get enough of the proteins and looking a little skinny, so I had to bulk up. But,
yeah, see, Killer Collection knows what's up. He's talking about the bacon too.
So that's how that started that day.
That was nice too. It was nice to have a big breakfast because I don't know if you guys were aware, but we got there pretty early. Like we like to take the back roads where we go because the freeway is crazy in Michigan. I wouldn't recommend ever driving on the freeway in Michigan if you can avoid it. People drive about 100 miles an hour.
They're pretty bumpy also. They're not very good. You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
The freeway?
They got the dang potholes, but they're not filled with pot. That's for sure. Right? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying, dog?
Yep. So I do want to mention, I don't see him in here, but you guys, he's probably sleeping. Bizarre. We did meet up with Bizarre 17, who is always in this chat on both days. He was very, very excited. You'll have to go check out his Instagram if you want to see all the people that he had the pleasure of running into. I recommend that you check that out. Before we forget to mention him, I wanted to mention him. We did bring him his 17 items. He did get his exclusive Devils Night CD, which is a really awesome song. I think we saw somebody released it online, but shout out to everybody who brought food, as we did as well, to help everybody who is less fortunate, because that's always a good gesture. There was a lot of good gestures that day, but we'll get to them, right?
Yeah.
So what's the first? I think we got there. We smoked a pre-roll and I got my makeup on, right?
Yeah. And we first we went into the bowling alley, didn't we? There was a bowling alley like next.
Oh yeah, that's right. I was thinking the next day. Yeah.
Yeah, I know I'm getting all confused too. But yeah, that day we went to the bowling alley. I think after our long back road and pre-rolls or whatever we were doing, we went in and used the bathroom, right? And that was kind of cool. And then we went back out to the truck and you did get your makeup on. And then we went back in and we were like, did we get a drink? We were like, let's have a drink. Which they were pretty cheap for 2 drinks. I think it was like $10, which I mean wasn't bad. Compared to the venue, but the venue, their drinks were super expensive compared to to the bowling alley drinks. But anyway,
no, you just said what I was gonna say. I was gonna say, which is very interesting because like we went through at one point, we went through the bowling alley door to get to the venue. So I assume like either it's a similar owner, or I don't know how their prices are so different, because they did have, remember they had something going on there. I don't know what the event, bowling or some tournament.
It was a tournament, and I think, and then upstairs next, which is over top of the bowling alley, but it's still the Magic Bag or whatever the hell it was called.
Oh yeah, Magic Bowl or something. Yeah.
I don't know what they called it. I can't remember. I wasn't paying attention really, but yeah, it was pretty crazy. Do you remember that band that was playing in there? Do you remember hearing the music? It was like jazzy, like jazzy hipster shit. It was really weird.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, we figured we'd go. We figured we'd go straight to the box office and get our credentials, and that was
we couldn't.
Yeah, that was
because then we had to go around the back. Remember?
Yeah, we walked in, and no one gave us any weird looks or anything that I had noticed. And we walked up to the front, and we talked to the I think she was security, maybe, or was she a bartender? I don't remember.
I don't know, because I saw her on Hallowicked in the merch area, so I felt like she might have been with psychopathic with the green hair.
Oh no, the girl behind the bar, she was like she was security. Yeah. We talked to her, and then we said, and then they came back and said, no, you're not on the list. And we were like, oh no. Well, we got it all figured out, and we did eventually get in, and we got some great behind the scenes stuff, kind of, you know what I mean? Do you remember that?
I do. I'm not going to mention it because I don't want any spoilers.
Well, it's not a spoiler, but
right. Not a spoiler at all, actually.
No.
But it won't be much of a surprise, but it is absolutely exclusive stuff that nobody else would have seen. And like Bob was saying, like, yeah, we did have a little bit of trouble getting in, but I feel like even the guy outside that we paid to park, he said it's common that the Majestic has a lot of miscommunication with the people who are involved. So
it was a little bit.
Any miscommunication, I know, was not any fault of anybody on any part of psychopathic or ICP.
It was all the venue.
It was no doing on their part whatsoever. And we absolutely did get in, and we got in from the top dog himself. And there was no problem after that. So once we got in there, JCW hadn't started yet, right?
No, it was, I want to say it was a good hour before it started, probably. At least before they started letting people in.
Right. So it was just us and the wrestlers and the pay-per-view people, like the people filming for pay-per-view, and the people like the ref was there, the commentator guy was there, Zach was there. All the wrestlers were just standing out in the back where we were standing. It was, and they were
cutting their promos too for JCW, like the breakaway parts from the live. They were still kind of setting lights up. It was a pretty neat experience. Like being like, once everything was like buffered out with us being there, it was pretty cool. Like, and like, yeah, it was very cool. I don't know how to say it.
Everybody was very friendly. Yeah.
I don't know how to say it without giving away too much. You know what I mean? But yeah, it was pretty cool. And the wrestling was good. The crowd was pretty good. Like everything went off good. All the matches were pretty sweet. I was hoping something big was going to happen, but I don't know.
A lot of big things happened.
Yeah, I don't know what happened. I don't know. I can't give things away. I was told not to give anything away. So
either way, I wanted to say that we do have footage from both JCW and the Bitchin' Wild Bucks from Devils Night, as well as footage from Ouija Mac, Shaggy the Airhead, Wacko the Kid, and ICP from Hallowicked on the other side of the barricade. There's Bob and I, you guys. There's us on the Bitchin' Wild Bucks. So that's the Devil's Night set where Violent J and Shaggy wanted everybody to dress up like metalheads. Shout out to all you guys who did that. There was some really, really cool outfits that were very nostalgic. I thought they were cool. There's Shaggy and Jay.
Oh yeah, Jay's in the back. Yeah.
And shout out to the Hatchet Man Project for showing up to back them up. They were so good.
There's Jay in his fresh ass fucking battle jacket. Had the Slayer patch, and Bizarre's buddy got the fucking jacket, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, Bizarre's homie that he drove up there with. They both had the golden ticket. He like Jay threw that jacket out. It was full of patches, right? It had like so many bands that were like everybody would have easily recognized their logos or whatever. And Jay just like whips it around like this and he throws it out on the crowd and Bizarre's homie grabbed it up. It's pretty sweet.
He threw the wig out too, I think, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a really good time, you guys. Without giving too much away, they were incredible. And Bob and I did go up on the stage for the last song when everybody rushes up on the stage. We got right up there and we saw
there was no Fago at all.
Oh yeah, the first night there was no Fago. EC Juggalo, you asked me about that and I was like, why wouldn't there be Fago? There was no Fago because they weren't ICP. They were the Bitchin' Wild Bucks.
Which it was like Tony, what's his name? I think it's Tony. Tony Tiger Paws and Tony. It's like Tony Tiger Paws and Tony Soprano or some shit like that.
It was something. Yeah, they were like super fun names, and the whole set was like shit. I'll tell you, you guys, I cannot stress enough that Shaggy 2 Dope was like a rock star, right, Bob?
Yeah, he was definitely playing off the rock star. It sounded great with drums. The band sounded awesome. Like how they mixed it was really good. The sound was great. It was great. Like the guitar solo parts, like everything was good, like sounded great. Like the stuff they kind of added to the songs was really good. Like the extra guitar, the drumming. I don't know. Like I'm a big drum guy, so like the drum and shit impressed me. Like hearing ICP with that drum behind it was cool. You know what I mean? And just seeing them play out like the fake rock star attitudes and stuff was awesome. You know what I mean? It's fucking Eddie Vedder and motherfucking Prince's love child on stage. You know what I mean? So I don't know. Killer Collection says, loved how Jay and Shags were rocking the guitars too. Yeah, they were jamming them shits. Like they were breaking strings even, man. They were jamming.
EC Juggalo said they had Fago the first time they were the Wild Bucks.
Yeah, I remember Shaggy saying that on a live that he had like a Fago holder, like a 2-liter, like gun holder type thingy. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But
Violent J like has gun holders on his body, you guys. You should see him throwing this Fago out. It is like looks so effortless. It's crazy. It's got like huge gorilla muscles, like a big orangutan.
So that was pretty much the first night. We got back safe, and I think we only drove one weird way back. We got off track, right? Pretty much.
Right.
But
so then oh yeah, wait, we forgot to say something.
Okay.
We did. On the first night, we were filming for JCW and we met somebody. Can you take that off the screen?
Yes, I'm doing it right now. Sorry.
Okay. No, don't be sorry. I just want to say it so he could see my face if he's watching or if he's watching in the future. While we were filming the first night, a gentleman came up to us by the name of Gordon. If you guys are unfamiliar with the name Gordzilla, Gordzilla, on Instagram, Gordzilla, like Godzilla, but Gordzilla, he takes amazing pictures. I really recommend if you like photography or ICP or wrestling or anything where live events are captured on film or through pictures, please hit that guy up. He is a very, very, very kind person. I wanted to give you a shout out because you changed the whole game. I'm not going to give anything away, but you changed the whole game, and he was very, very, very nice to us.
Yeah, I will say, like, in social things, I am very fucking awkward. Like, if it's not coming across here, then it's okay. But anyway, I gave the dude a dab, and I'm glad I did, man, because like that was a good thing. And you know, I'm not saying that I don't like talking to people. I'm just nervous as hell, you know, a lot, and I know I look intimidating to some people, and you know, that's a whole thing. But anyway, I'm great. I talked to him. He was an awesome person. We might have a collaboration in the future.
A big one.
We're working on something big. I don't even want to say it. I do want to say it really bad. Don't you? What? No, we're not.
Have to wait. It's worth the wait.
It's pretty exciting. If
yeah,
everything would come out.
Whoop whoop, dreadlock juggalo.
Oops, sorry about
so
that.
Yeah, we do have a big project in the works, and in the spring, perhaps maybe in the spring, if we can line everything up and everybody up for what we're gonna do. And if you're lucky, maybe you can be a part of it, because maybe we'll, right? We should do once we announce what the big thing we're doing next is, we will certainly invite you guys to be a part of that, and we'll figure out a way to like get one or two of you involved in it, and it'll be amazing. So before we go on though, what's that?
Everybody gonna be able to see it. That's for sure.
That's right. Everybody will see it for sure. So before we do go on, I wanted to say that it is really important to us the way that you support this channel. And I just want to know that if you have your own channel and you watch our channel, just let us know and we will shout you out. I do see a few channels in the chat that I do want to shout out: Killer Collections, Dreadlock Juggalo, Precious Juggalos. TZ is going to be doing something with me in the near future. Perhaps we'll do it once a week. There will be like it's a juggalette podcast type thing. And it's going to be,
it's going to be a juggalette type thing, right? Juggalos can watch it too. Are y'all?
Oh yeah, of course. I'm just saying it's two juggalettes doing a live stream podcast type show. Right. So like, watch out for that in the future. TZ and I will be working together, and it will be on like a regular schedule type thing. So you can catch me here and you can catch me with TZ. And TZ, what were we gonna call that? I forgot. We did come up with a name. So when we come up with it, we'll let you know. Okay, unless she puts it in the chat. But we will absolutely be happy to send people to any channel, any kind of shout out you guys want. You just let us know and we will absolutely do that. You could email us. You could put in the chat. You can put in a comment under a video. We want to support every single person who's trying to do something, because this is what I was actually getting to. Before we tell you about Hallowicked, what we're able to divulge without giving away anything the video is going to come out with is, I know you guys are all aware of how special the clowns are. But the reason that we are taking our time making the JCW video and the Hallowicked Devils Night video, so there'll be the JCW video and then there'll be a ICP Bitch and Law Bucks collab video. The reason we're taking our time is because when Bob and I came back both nights, the only thing that we talked about, and we take back roads, we're not far from Detroit at all. It should not take as long as it took us to get there, but we like to smoke and take the back roads. But on the way back and on the way there, I want you guys to know that our hearts were filled with gratitude at the kindness that fills this man's life. Like, every person that I came in contact with who knew, and I was very humbled and like taken aback by how many people knew who Bob and I were. I'm sorry, I'm getting choked up.
Come on.
This is embarrassing. Thank you guys. And we appreciate every single one of you. But
yeah, it's pretty weird being recognized, right?
yeah, and not to delay content, but you guys, we feel like Violent J, everybody we spoke to that said like, oh my God, I'm trying to get Violent J to sign this, or did you guys meet Violent J? You guys have passes. What's that about? You know, like everybody was telling us that they just wanted so badly to meet Violent J and magic that they had heard about that he created in their lives. And Bob and I promised him 2 really great videos. And because he trusted us to make these videos, we are going to make the most amazing videos that anybody has ever seen about JCW or about ICP. And we're going to make him very proud. We want him to feel all the love that he has put out into the world. So we're very, very sorry that we aren't going to rush these videos for you. But I do promise you that we were on the other side of the barricade and we have content that nobody else could possibly have. I don't care who releases anything before us. We're going to support and watch it and love it. And we hope that you watch and support and love our content as well. But I hope that I'm not very good at expressing myself, but I really hope that I articulated the sincerity behind the reason for the delay, because it really brings me to tears how beautiful that man is. So, Bob, please talk for a moment. I need a moment.
Okay, now we got that out of the way.
Yeah.
Boom.
Just a second, I'll be back.
Here's some pictures from Hallowicked. I'm going to show. Oh, man, I hate being the lead guy on this.
I'm here. Go ahead.
Thanks. 17 in the chat, though. That's pretty dope.
There's 17 people here.
Yeah.
That was magic. That's awesome.
Yeah.
So
can I talk about? Oh, I'll talk about that later. I'll let you get on yourself.
No, go right ahead. I need a moment. Go ahead.
No, I'll bring it in when it needs to be. Oh, I wanted to show this. I picked this up. That's me looking on. I see I'm posing for the camera. I'm looking up there. There was actually a bird up there ready to take a shit on my head, I think. So I was looking up. Yeah, I got the Violent J Wolfman hockey jersey. I should have got a picture of the back too, but it says Violent J 17 on the back. I like it a lot.
And he got me a shirt. I think you're sitting next to it. Are you able to show it? Or is it
hang on. I'm gonna remove myself for a second.
Okay. So hey guys, sorry about crying. I dare you to get an opportunity like that and not try to cry. It's very hard. So my apologies. I'm not trying to be emotional like that.
Stop.
There's my shirt. It's a Yum Yum Bedlam shirt.
It's like the green screen in itself.
You can kind of see it. Can you guys see that in chat? Alejandro says that your jersey is awesome. I mean, Killer Collection says fresh as fuck. All right. Cool.
Okay.
Okay. So did you want to start or did you want me to start?
Well, okay, now I gotta like try to remember what happened. Okay. So we got there, we parked, right? We paid $20 to park, which was I didn't even give a shit. I could have been I didn't care. I didn't want to park in a parking building or on the street or anything.
It is Detroit.
Ah.
Not a joke.
So yeah, we walked in. We went right. First we dropped off our food donations, which was fairly easy to do. I mean, it was super simple. Like, I don't know why more people didn't do it. It was very easy to do, and the CD was totally worth it. Just giving back to the Detroit community is cool. You know what I mean? I would have done it. It wouldn't have mattered.
You said they did get a lot, though. Mm-hmm. I don't want to downplay that there wasn't a lot. There was really a lot.
There was a lot. There was a lot. From what I heard, it was 25,000 food items, basically cans, all donated, and then that was like the big number, was around 25,000. And I think in Detroit, they did almost 10,000 just in Detroit, just that night. So
wow, that's generous.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Very awesome. And it was all good food, man. It wasn't garbage. It wasn't like yams and corn or whatever. Corn's all right to some people, but.
And before we go on with that, because I'm just thinking of it, sorry, I wanted to shout out EC Juggalo for allowing Bob to give your friend the Hallowicked ticket. I hope that she did have a good time. We did not run into her, but I'm confident that she went. I'm hoping.
I'm glad I got to give one away. I would have gave another one away, but I just didn't know anyone really. So
that didn't have one. Yeah.
But it's all right.
And so what we did was on the way, we hit up the dispensary first, of course. And then when we were on the way from the dispensary, Bob had realized, this is my shout out to Gordon. Bob had realized, I said, do you think we need the same sticker? Because when Rob came out to give us our press pass, it was a sticker. And I was like, oh, I hope they give us a new sticker. And Bob's like, oh God, I left mine at my house. I'm screwed. Like, he was like freaking, remember, you're freaking out. You're like, I got to get back there. Like, what am I going to do? And so I hit up Gordon because he just randomly, this photographer guy who had the same pass as us, came up and he's like, anything you need. So I messaged him and I was like, do we need the same pass? And he's like, yeah, they told me to keep the pass for both days. And I was like, oh gosh. And he's like, don't worry, I got you. And he took care of everything. He showed us the artist entrance on Hallowicked, and everything went completely smoothly.
Yeah, once we knew, I had been there before to the Majestic. Or why do I call it fucking Majestic? Damn it. Masonic. And I had been there. I saw King Diamond there. I don't know, like 3 years ago. So I kind of knew the layout a little bit. Like, I knew that. Remember how like the hallway goes around the outside? Like, I knew that pretty well. And that was pretty easy to get back and forth. Sorry. But yeah, once we knew that in back door, we were golden, and everybody was cool. Like, once we got into the JCW shit, we were like, okay, we're good, right? And that kind of, we had like they had like a press area. Wasn't that right? And
yes.
And they ended
when
up
we got down there, you mean?
Yeah,
it was
they
like sectioned off.
Yep, they had it sectioned off, and then they ended up kind of changing it around, which was probably smart because that would have been weird to have just like nobody standing on that side. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, because originally when we got up there, I think it was like the golden ticket or the VIP or something's area, and he said, he's like, wait, they changed it on me over where the pay-per-view cameras are. That's where you guys go, and the people who paid to get in with the regular tickets or the VIP or whatever who get to go down closer to the ring. Correct me if you know what it is in chat. They're going to be on that side. Press is going to be on this side, which would be our side, which was the press side, because of our pass. And then all of a sudden at the last minute, they just started letting people in both sides. So we like scooted as close as we could. So if you did watch it on YouTube or you decide to watch it before our video comes out,
that's about where we were. We were standing dead nuts to Manny. And yeah, I always forget the announcer guy's name. Forgive me. Man, I'm sorry. He's really good though. And Zach over there too. And
you could easily spot my green hat. And Bob, were you wearing a wig?
No, I was bald. I was a bald man.
Yeah, this is Hallowicked. Yeah.
My costume was a bald photographer.
Yeah, that was a good one.
That was something I didn't say. I feel like they didn't take me seriously at Devils Night because of the way I was dressed. They thought I was.
Whoa! You need to be specific about who didn't take you seriously, though. Just
the venue.
Yeah, okay.
The venue.
Not anybody.
Not anybody.
On,
no, not anybody associated with psychopathic or anything
at all. They were wonderful.
It was more or less the venue, and they were dicks, and they suck. They can suck.
And we did. Well, they don't suck because they host it every year, but they do suck for miscommunicating. And apparently, when we did go, the man who we paid to park, he said he was actually friends with Violent J for quite some time. I don't know if there's truth to that or not. I don't doubt it. I am sure he was.
We're talking about the Majestic, not the Masonic.
Oh, that's true. Okay. Well, the Majestic was kind of.
So let's just go back to where we're on Halloween. Okay, we're getting off track here.
Let's do it. Let's go back. So there's Manny, right? And we were just saying that if you look at that video, you'll catch us. I think I caught us like probably a good, there he is, 10 or 15 times. Manny finally, like we were standing over by him and he just looks over at me and I was taking video, you guys. I was like doing content on my phone and Bob had like the camera, you know, like this, and I was going like this, but Manny assumed I was taking a picture, and he's like,
"I love Manny's makeup, man. I just want to say that
that was great, Captain Spaulding.
He looks really good too. Like he seemed like he was limber and ready and lubed and oiled and fresh and clean. He was fucking fresh. He was happy. He made me smile like a motherfucker. He was funny. I wish I could have hung out with him a little bit more. I don't know, man. He's a really cool dude. He was killing it. He was killing it, man. Shout out to man. Love that.
Shout out to him being so heartfelt and being so kind and remembering us from the gathering.
Yeah,
guys,
awesome.
If you don't know, TZ, if you're in chat, can you put the days that Manny is on Instagram? Because I've been on his Instagram lives. I know it's Sunday and another day. So if you guys only watch him on the Shaggy Show, he's also on Talks Hit. He also does his own Instagram Sundays and something else. And it's pretty much Manny just like being his own genuine, amazing self. So I do recommend you do check out Manny Fresh.
Yeah.
Alcatraz 187.
Go back and find his old fucking matches too, man. Watch some shits up. You know what I'm saying? It's JCW matches, man. He like some of those matches are fucking awesome, man. For real.
Yeah, he was a part of JCW now for he said a total of 17 years.
Yeah.
That's a magic number. I think that's what he said.
And I know, like I heard he was getting that back surgery and shit, that magical back surgery. And I ain't saying he's coming back to wrestling. I don't know nothing about that or nothing, but
hey, look who's in the chat.
Love to see him walk back into the ring, man. Get fucking I was gonna say, is it inducted? I was gonna say abducted.
He's abducted.
Get inducted to the JCW Hall of Fame that they got. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if he is yet. I could be just saying shit to be saying it, but he might already be in it if he ain't. But if he ain't, he need to be.
Bazaar's in the chat.
What up? I saw a couple of people come in that if you want to say hi.
I just wanted to make sure you saw so you could say hi.
Tater hot dishes up in the chat.
Oh, I see that. Okay. And Adam McKinney is here.
Yep. We missed Adam. Bizarre.
Dreadlock Juggalo I got.
Yes.
Check his channel out, please. He has channel on Instagram as well as YouTube. Is there? Yeah, you know what? He also has a TikTok. If you want to put your social media stuff right there in the chat, I'll put it on the screen if you want, Dreadlock Juggalo. TZ also has a Twitch, if you guys didn't know. Instagram and Twitch. Dillhole has a channel. Who else has a channel in here?
Not really. Killer Connects, right?
Killer Collections has a channel.
Yeah, because I remember. Yeah, he does.
Alejandro, do you have a channel?
He made that mask, right? You make masks, dude, right? I'm sorry, my brain.
You're
is
fine.
like,
Go ahead. Babe.
My brain, you know, if you open up my brain, you know, it'd probably say in there.
What?
420 on one side, ICP on the other. And
yeah, most likely.
Raccoons right down the middle.
Yeah, that's a thing we should. Let's keep going, and then we'll get to the raccoon thing.
Is Manny single?
No.
He was there for a minute. I don't know. But yeah.
No, he's on his Instagram last Sunday. He said, "Babe, what do you want to eat?" Someone came in and said, "Babe, what do you want to order?" And he said, "Whatever you want, babe." So shout out to Manny's girlfriend. I know they're not married because at the gathering he said he was not married, but he does have a girlfriend.
Okay.
Or more serious.
This is a handsome guy.
Yeah, look at him. Look at that. Would you look at him?
Speaking of handsome guys and chocolate.
Oh, yeah, look at that. Ooh, shout out to Willie Mack. We got an interview with Willie Mack himself, the JCW World Champion. Am I correct? JCW World Champion.
You
right
might
there.
be correct. He might have lost that. He might have lost that, but I don't know, man. Lunacy is crazy. I mean, that's why it's named Lunacy. Like, it's fucking all over the place, man. It's just people losing shit, people winning shit, people going here, people going there, taking sides when you didn't. You know what I mean? But yeah, that's a straight juggalo right there, man. That guy right there, that's a real motherfucker.
With heart.
With a gentle soul. I can tell just by the man's eyes and the way he spoke to us and the way he spoke about the commissioner.
Violent J.
As a real man in real life. Yeah.
It choked you up. Isn't that what you said? You got choked up.
Yeah, that motherfucker made me cry. I don't cry at all unless like I'm hurt. You know.
Own it, Bob. Bob cried. Willie Mack has a heart of gold.
He's like, I liked his story, man. Like, I'm not from the same area as him and I don't know his life at all, but I understand it. And that's pretty awesome. Like,
and
pretty awesome.
Let me add, don't get it twisted. He has a heart of gold, but he'll beat some fucking ass.
For real.
No joke, you guys. For everybody that's like, oh, wrestling's fake. Guess what? There's a lot of real shit going down physically for these guys who are wrestling. Willie Mack was dripping in sweat, dripping, and came straight to us. He's like, there they are. Because I'm telling you, the Masonic, Bob's a little familiar with it, like he was explaining, not like he doesn't know the whole fucking thing by heart, but like it was a maze. These people were like trying to find where their locker room was, and like everything was so crazy. So we're like, where are you? And he's like, well, I'm all the way on the top. I'm a couple of floors up, and we're like, oh man, so we couldn't like meet up. And then once JCW left, he looked right over at us and he was like, I'll be right there. And what he said, what you guys will see in this video, what he said, it will probably make a lot of you cry. And just like how a lot of you saw me cry when I was explaining the magic that Violent J has gifted us, the magic that he has put in our hearts and fueled our ambition, and
all of
it
us.
Can't even be measured, you guys. Willie Mack, he puts it into perspective. He's very well spoken. He's very intelligent, and he has a lot of love for Violent J. So I just wanted to say all that. But at the same time, don't get it twisted. He'll beat some fucking ass. He's not.
For real.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was awesome. He's
very,
very kind. That was a highlight for me. Like watching him wrestle this whole time, and then like to actually like stand in front of him, which was pretty cool. And talk, like, I didn't do much talking, but you know, I dabbed him up and told him thank you. But he seemed like he didn't try to like he wasn't a wrestling persona, is what I'm saying. When he talked to us, he was a real life person talking about real life shit. You know what I mean? Like we weren't hamming it up, no wrestling shit. We were getting right down to the real shit. But speaking about real shit and real life shit and homies and new shit and new music and things like that, and new artists and shit, and this motherfucker.
You want to tell it or should I tell it?
Well, if I tell you it, I'm gonna tell you, don't say things wrong. If that makes sense to you, you know what I mean?
You do it.
No, yeah, I want to hear your story.
Great.
You
okay, I'll do it. So we are what?
You do it.
Okay. So we were outside, and we actually have a witness to this, you guys. He was this guy right here who met this guy a bunch on the tour. Anyway, so we were standing outside and we were having a smoke. We were smoking some weed with the security guard, I believe. Maybe that was later that we.
No, that was not that time. That was
Bizarre. Were you there when we smoked with the security guard? I don't know, but we were outside, right? And we went out the door, and there was people in front of the door, and I was like, "Oh, excuse me," you know. And we kept going through, and then we looked behind us because the lady opens the door, and she's like,
"We actually followed him outside." I don't know if you're. I don't know.
I was in the back. I didn't know. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I actually followed him outside because he said we're gonna go outside, and I was like, all right. I just wanted to go outside. I wasn't trying to like hound dog him or nothing, you know, because
right, we wouldn't do that.
The only person I'm trying to not hound dog is Jay. I always got to say I love him. I don't think that's really hound dogging him too bad, but I got to tell him I love him, man. I do love that guy a lot. He's a great guy. But anyway, back to Wacko the Kid. You want to tell your story and how you went up to him and everything? That, you know, how you talked to him and asked him for interviews?
Yeah. So we were walking out, as I was saying, and we didn't notice really that it was him. Like Bob had just said, that we were just following a group of people outside because, like I said, it's a maze, and I don't want to go outside and then I have to find my way all the way around the building. So regardless, we were following a group outside, didn't notice who they were, but then this lady comes out who worked for the venue, and she was saying, we need to keep this area clear. And he had told her, like, we just walked out that door. And I took it like he was trying to say, like, that's the artist entrance, like, this is where I want to be or whatever, for privacy or whatever. So I noticed it was him, and I immediately asked Bizarre. I said, did you meet him? And he said, yeah. I said, is he a cool guy? Is he pretty down to earth? And he was like, yeah. I said, I'm going over. And I walked right over. And I was like, hey, could I have a word with you? And he's like, excuse me. And I said, could I please talk to you? And he mentioned something about that being a very polite thing to say. And I told him that Jay had trusted us with making a video about JCW and about Devils Night and Hallowicked, and that I wanted him to be a part of it without giving too much of it away. He immediately agreed and said, where are we going to do this? And I noticed you, Bizarre, you were like right in the back of the video. You like got out of the way. You could have been in that video, by the way, but Bizarre was right behind him. So it really did happen. Even though you can't see it for 2 weeks, it really did happen. It was very casual. He was very, very nice. And Bob, did you say you messaged him or something?
Yeah, I messaged him today. Well, actually, I didn't message him. I commented, and kind of just went over like, hey, I met you in the alley with my girlfriend, and I just wanted to thank you again for the interview. And I left some red balloons, you know, because that's what he was asking for at that time on Instagram. He was like, hey man, go flood my comments with red balloons or some shit like that. So I just went over there and said, hey, you know, like, thanks or whatever. And he liked it and shit. And then he messaged me basically and said, word. That's about as much as I'm going to get to. So, but
and he followed you. That was my point.
Yeah. He followed.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's how he,
Bob
that's
on
that's what it was, yeah. He followed
on Instagram. And for those of you who don't know, Bob does have an Instagram, separate from the Strange Suspicion Instagram, and that is because of the second channel, Shaken Paranormal. So if you guys are subscribed to Shaken Paranormal and you didn't know Bob has an Instagram, he does.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
after
it's Wierd Bob Shaken, by the way. It's
Wierd Bob Shaken with the EN Shaken.
Yeah.
Obsessive Alcoholics. Thanks for being here.
Matters popped in.
Okay, so what's the next picture we have?
So after that, we basically kind of waited for the show to go on, right? We kind of were we went and checked out the merch line.
Oh God.
Right?
Yeah, I want to make a point about that too. How many of you in the chat, please put a yes in the chat if you've been following JCW and you were watching it live. I just want to make a point about it because I think it is very, very important to make this point. If you were watching JCW on Hallowicked, which I believe was on YouTube, right?
Yeah, it was. We watched it last night when we got home, didn't we?
Oh, that's right. But I didn't know if it was live on there, though. I didn't know if it was live.
It was live, yeah, just like all of them. Yep.
Okay, so there are some people that did watch it. Okay, so if you did notice the way that it was shot, I don't want you guys to misunderstand. You're going to see the true deal when you see our video, but please don't misunderstand that there were not a lot of people at JCW. There was, Bizarre can tell you, towards the end, and Bizarre could also tell you that the merch line, oh my God. Like, when Bob's like, that's the merch line, I was like,
yeah, I think that's like, what
I'm like, what the fuck? And it was like, the closer you got to see the stairs that went up to the merch line, they can't even see me, so I don't know why I'm talking with my hands. The closer you got to the merch line, like you get up to this stairway, right? But it's the whole hallway and it's wrapping around the whole hallway. This line, you guys, people wanted ICP merch so bad that I promise you, half of that line sacrificed watching Shaggy the Airhead, Ouija Mac, is it Monster Wolf or Mecha Wolf? God damn it, I'm so excited. I can't think right now. Okay. Anyway, they sacrificed watching every single fucking act so that they didn't miss ICP and so that they could get the merch.
It's Monster Wolf, by the way. I'm pretty sure.
Wolf, sorry, guys. Sorry. It's been quite a few exciting days. Forgive me. But what other pictures do we have, Bob?
Okay, so speaking of,
there he is. He wrestled both nights
and screamed,
and he performed on Hallowicked, and it was
crazy,
heavy as fuck, and the crowd loved it. You guys, everybody was very supportive of that band, and we were lucky enough to chat and get one of them on camera because they were really done for the night. We had caught them towards the end of the evening when Bob was like, we got to go up by the merch. And you guys, let me give you a little tip. It sucks to do, but we left right before maybe 2 or 3 songs before ICP ended. And we went right up that merch line. No waiting.
And
So
the thing with that, the no waiting is I didn't get any of the shirts I wanted to get. I wanted to pick up at least 2 or 3 of the new Shaggy Show remixes. I was like almost down to buy every single one of them because I loved all of the things he did with the new shirts. Every shirt except like some JCW shirts, I think, were gone out of my size. So I wasn't like forced to buy a jersey. I really wanted a jersey. I just gave in, I gave in to myself and treated myself. You want me to move this?
no,
Oh, okay.
I was reading the chat. I was looking around my phone.
I thought you were peeping to see yourself.
Peekaboo.
So yeah, and then the homie played next, right?
Oh, he did. Yeah. Yeah, you guys, it's no joke. When he does that song, we say turn around and give someone a hug. Man, everybody was hugging everybody. It was beautiful energy in there. He did a fantastic job.
It's cool seeing it from it was cool seeing it from the angle we got to see it, you know what I mean? Because I had never, like, being out in the crowd 100 feet away, 1,000 feet away wasn't fun, but being right up in that shit was amazing. Like, it was so fucking cool. Like, everybody in the front row was awesome. Like, there wasn't any, like, fuckery or shit talking, which, I mean, whatever. It's whatever to me. I don't give a fuck. But everybody was super cool, wanting to be on camera, waving and smiling. And if they weren't smiling, they were on mushrooms or some shit. So they were having a good time regardless.
And shout out to that guy. Wait, go back. Shout out to that guy I want to do. So you guys, I have to look down for my phone. If you guys ever see me doing this and you're like, why the fuck does she do that? It's because I have to see around my phone. My phone I'm using for like the camera on me, and then our roommate's computer, I have to look at the chat like that. But shout out to this guy right here. Let me see how I would describe him. So if you go from the right, there's a guy, a girl, and then that guy right there. If any of you know that guy, shout out to that Juggalo. I saw him at the gathering, and I actually was going to do a 10 favorite makeups video from this year's gathering, and we did not have time for me to even do that. But somehow I ran into him again at this show, and his shout out to you and your friends, because that group right there that you're seeing, they were so hype for every freaking group, and they stayed front row the entire time. They were.
EC says he knows the guy, the front middle, and that's who you're talking about right there in the orange.
Yeah, like, this guy right here and that girl. This guy.
The Hallowicked makeup.
Yeah, he's gonna be in a lot of shots in our video. He definitely shows love for every artist. I saw him at the gathering, and I promise you guys, you do not know this guy. I'm not just, like on the fly, like on the low, trying to give someone a shout out. I honestly don't know who this is.
The name's right there.
Where is he?
Yeah, it says, I know.
Yeah, I do have him. I was thinking about that, actually. I'm an idiot. I do have him on Instagram because I did reach out to him and tell him, and he was like, send me the link. So if any of you guys know him, send him the link to our channel. And I do believe he already knows about it, but I could be mistaken, or maybe he didn't sub up or whatever. But I really do appreciate people like that. I do always bring up to Bob that when we do see live music, he's always very, very supportive. You guys, Bob's the kind of guy that I remember the last metal show we went to. I can't remember who it was, but Bob did. He always buys merch. He's always very supportive in that way. And he also tips them like extra.
Oh, that you're talking about City of Caterpillar?
Yeah, he just give me a second.
Sorry.
Sometimes he will just tell them to keep the change or give them a little extra, because Bob has been on the road quite a lot with former bands that he's been in, and he knows that
it's hard.
Every little bit is very helpful.
It's hard out there.
Hell yeah. It's expensive.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, he's always in videos in Rolling Stone magazine.
Oh, really? That's cool. I didn't see that
Holy
comment.
cow! I wonder where that guy was from. Maybe he's from Rolling Stone magazine.
What about this Juggalo?
Oh God, Wheels! Do you guys know Wheels? Oh my
Wheels
God!
is
Great
cool.
story, Bob. Tell
That's
your
fun.
story.
Oh, so I lost my cigarettes or something. Shouldn't
In the
smoke.
parking lot.
Don't smoke.
Shout out to Bazaar for saying he'd go get some on the way.
Shout out to Pall Mall for ruining my lungs. But anyway, there were some cigarettes by this man's car while he was hopping up into his chair. And there were some cigarettes on the ground by his car. And I said, I was lost mine. Looked for them. I asked him, I'm like, hey, are those your cigarettes? He's like, no, I don't smoke, man. So I'm like, oh, okay, they got to be mine. But we just started talking, and he was telling us how he crowd surfed basically right before that, or I don't remember now. I'm all confused.
In this picture? In this picture?
No,
It
the
was
night
right
before. The night before when we met him, and then this was after he rode the crowd pretty much, and like one dude caught him. There was only one security guard up front, pretty much. It was weird, but yeah, that dude is hype as hell, man. He's cool as hell.
He's awesome. He was very, very friendly to us. And if you are watching this now or in the future, Wheels, we adore you. You're a very amazing guy. He's very friendly. If you guys ever run into this guy, just say hi to him. He is dope. That's all I can say. Like, he's great. He shared a pre-roll with us. We shared a pre-roll with him. We just chilled in the parking lot, and he was very approachable, very friendly, and filled with a lot of cool stories. Like, he goes to as many shows as he can. So I would be surprised if none of you knew him. He is from Ohio.
Yeah, a lot of people said they know him. I saw people saying Wheels and yes and this and that. Yes.
Yeah, I like Wheels. He's really nice. And his girlfriend, I forgot her name. Tara. I don't know if it's Tara. If it's not, I'm wrong. I'm sorry. But she did immediately sub to our channel, which I thought was very kind of her. And I did ask his permission to use his image in videos and photographs, and he was more than willing for us to do that.
So that's basically the view we had right there. It's back at the crowd view. I think it's kind of a shitty.
Oh yeah, but it is kind of like badly lit. But do you guys see that's the barricade there?
And I want to mention the floor was all carpet, which was a new one.
Yeah.
But I know they did that for the Fago soak. But that was pretty cool, man. I want to show this picture right now. We're an hour and 3 minutes in too, by the way.
It's all right. Do you see the comment on the screen?
No, I'm not in the comment section. Hang on.
Killer Collection says that's what he used to smoke. Pall Menthol 100s.
Man, I quit smoking for 10 years. I started up again 4 years ago, like a dumbass, dude. Like, I don't know. I need to quit again, but I'm going to smoke twice the amount of weed, and I smoke fucking hella weed right now, dog.
Yeah, we smoke like 5 grams a day.
It's more than that.
Joking.
More than that. It's a lot more than
Well,
that.
when you can get it, you guys, if you don't live in a legal state, when you can get it like until 9 p.m. anyway, if you can get it any day of the week and even get it delivered, like you probably smoke more. So
there's this picture.
Bob did that. That's Bob. See him?
You're right next to me. You can see a little bit of your green hat.
Oh yeah, you got your arm around me.
You can see my big ass bald head though, because I was the bald cameraman. That was my
There's that security guy. He was so cool to us.
Yeah, I didn't wear the raccoon suit. I wanted to be taken seriously at this show, since I felt like at the last show the venue treated me like a weirdo because I had long hair and weird metal clothes on, like a metalhead. But yeah, I was right there. I didn't have any.
I just want to point out, this is not an image that we took. This is something that we found because Bob Bob does have a friend. Did you take a picture, Zach, that we could show or no?
No.
Bob does have a friend that was a clown, and he was pointing out that it's hard to see people because he's like, you know, like going crazy and throwing Fago and stuff. Shout out to anybody who's a clown on that stage ever in your lifetime. It is a lot of work. It's kind of far away, but yeah.
It is kind of far away, but I think you can see it better like on TV and phones and stuff because we got such small screens. But my friend Zach also helped build the stage, which is pretty freaking amazing. He didn't leave me on that secret. But
he was a man of many jobs, right? During the tour.
Yep. He checked IDs, I think, in one state where he was pretending like he was checking IDs and messing with younger juggalos and stuff. And then he was driving the ring around.
He's collecting food.
This morning, he donated the food to the Detroit Food Bank this morning. That's how I knew the numbers or whatever. But yeah. Yep. And he told me he had a great time. He loved being a clown. I can't imagine how awesome that would be. He said it's very tiring, which I'm tired after just 2 days of doing what we did. You know, that, like I told you, I was like, I can't believe Jay can still do this, how he does it. It's got to be.
I don't know. Anybody could. Young, old,
right,
brand new, veteran. Like, you guys, you got to understand, like Bizarre, you know what I'm talking about. Traveling is hard. It's exhausting. And I'm going to gush again. The magic that Violent J puts into people's lives has got to be exhausting. All the stories that he hears, all the cities he goes to, all the meals that he gets real quick, all the energy he puts out during his performance, and Shaggy. It's got to be so exhausting for the both of them, you guys. Like, right now, I hope Violent J has been sleeping for 12 hours. I hope he sleeps all week, as much as he wants, for all month, for the rest of the year.
Watching YouTube in his bedroom.
He and Shaggy put out so much for you guys. It wasn't a long tour, but oh my God. If you, like I said, if you follow Bizarre on Instagram and you see the magic of that tour where people were staying in the same hotel, running into people in the parking lot, at breakfast, getting on the elevator, wherever it was, Bizarre helped me out in chat, tell me all the places that people were meeting people, following people to shows, following people city to city. Like, I don't know any other group that does that. I don't know any other recording artist who makes movies. I don't know any other recording artist who's cared more about people, like in a real way. I don't know anybody besides the clowns who can bring that kind of carnival type magic into so many people's lives and all in the same moment for all different reasons. Yeah. So I just can't. I wish you guys, I hope you guys really appreciate everything that they do, because I just want them to feel appreciated. I know they do, but I can't wait to give him this video. I'm so excited. Aren't you, Bob?
Yeah. Like we pretty much have watched all the footage and are starting to like get the editing process going. I got all the videos together. There's a couple other things I need to do, but it's not too much, but it was nice to take a little bit of a break. I did start editing earlier, which I got Bizarre on camera, which I didn't know. Do you remember what he said? He's like, "How you doing?" or something. It was funny.
Yeah, what do you say?
Then the music in the background was the dueling banjo song. It was like, and he's like, "How you doing?"
Oh yeah. He's like, I think he's like, "Hey, what's up?"
Yeah,
he's like super lady killer. He's like, "Hey, what's up?" And there's like in the background.
It was just the music made it kind of funny.
Yeah, it was. It's the same as Manny's part was like that too. But yeah, there's Ouija TZ. There's a Ouija picture. I have more.
Yeah, these are just a couple that we just grabbed real quick for the show. But
there he is.
This one's cool. Like I like the lighting. Like it's like all like black lady looking. It's really neat. And it was just purple light. Whatever.
I just tried to capture a moment that looked like he was, well, like he always is into it. But I mean, like a moment that was rare because you guys were like right, like he's standing right in front of us. Like we were able to like follow him.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Like we're on the other side of the barricade, like right next to the security that's standing on the stage. We're like literally like they were in our way, we were in their way, and we're like everybody with the media pass is like basically going like this. And Bob said, and I'm pretty sure that Bob is right. Most of what the other people were doing were photographs that had the same pass as us. So that's another way our content is different. But I did make sure to take this still shot of Ouija Mac and a bunch more of the clowns that absolutely don't look like the ones that you guys saw of ICP. That was deliberately blurry image to protect the integrity of the video that we have coming up. But Ouija Mac, I do want to make a point. Is there anything you wanted to point out about Ouija before I say it?
There was it was pretty funny. Like I guess I can give a little bit away. I don't know if it's probably not going to be in the video at all, but somebody threw up a dreadlock wig on stage, and Ouija noticed it, and he was like, "Oh shit! I thought my wig done blew off." And then he like threw it up back out in the crowd. It was pretty funny. He's like, "I don't need this." He's like, "I don't need this in my life" or something. It was pretty funny, and yeah, he's a good dude too. I want to like we didn't talk about this before we were going on, but I want to talk about like his message that he like said to the crowd, and I thought it was fucking awesome, man. It like almost made me cry when he said it because it was pretty fucking real. He's like, whatever kind of bullshit you got going on right now. I know he's said it before, but I liked the delivery of it, and maybe it was because maybe I was going through some bullshit in my head at that moment. But he's like, whatever shitty vibe or drama you got going on, let that shit go. You know, let's party, let's have fun. It wasn't that as simple as I'm conveying it. It was way more eloquent, you know. But I thought that was awesome, and I know he does that a lot in his sets and stuff. But I just wanted to say that because it was pretty dope, and he's a cool guy too, and I can't wait to talk to him, honestly. So I'm just putting that out there. We're not going to talk to him anytime soon. I'm just putting that out there in the universe. You know what I'm saying, Strange?
Yeah. I was just gonna say that I thought you were gonna remember that before Ouija Max started, there was this tiny security man. If you guys have a chance when you're watching anybody's footage that's out right now, whoever it is, first of all, give them a like because they showed up. And it was a pretty epic day. So anybody who sweated their asses off during Hallowicked, hats off to you guys because we were dripping in sweat. But before it started, if you guys can zoom in on the security, there is a very short security guy there at the Masonic, and he looks like Newman from Seinfeld. And somebody had thrown a pre-roll up onto the stage. And it was like burning. And when they threw the pre-roll up on the stage, you would think this guy was like a middle school principal. He like freaked out, and he's like, don't do this shit or whatever. And he like, it was pretty comedic. He grabs the pre-roll off the stage and just walks away, disappears with it. Comes back like a minute later. There's already another pre-roll on the stage that he didn't even notice, but it was burning. It wasn't burning anything like in a harmful way. It was like a playful thing. But the guy, like, from what I saw, got completely drenched. I thought it was very cool. But during the Ouija Mac thing, that guy was definitely an issue. And I wanted to give a shout out to Ouija Mac for stopping the show because there was a woman who was standing right behind us who had passed out, and she was given water, and she was like, give me a second, I'm trying to get up or whatever. And he kind of got very loud and aggressive with her. And Ouija Mac, you know, like he started noticing that, you know, something was going on, and he said, what happened? And James Storm from JCW was standing next to me, and he looks at me, and I said, someone's down. So he tells Ouija, he goes, we got someone down. Ouija's like, okay. It looked like people responded, and so he went on with the next song, and then he stopped again. And Ouija said, what are we doing about this? We just staring at the person? Like, what's going on? You need to help this person. And that's when they finally did something about it. So a lot of respect to Ouija Mac for doing that. A lot of artists kind of just keep going. I know there was that one festival with that person who's married to one of the Kardashians. I can't remember his name, Travis Scott, where somebody got hurt and he just continued to go. And it takes a real man and a real strong heart to care about other people, even when there are thousands of other people watching your performance, that you would single out one person who's needing help. So for those of you that don't know that about Ouija Mac, he definitely will stop a show for the good of anyone. I'm confident they didn't know each other personally. It wasn't like he singled somebody out. So,
no, that was cool. He did that.
Incredible set. He worked the crowd very well. James Storm and I were hamming it up together in the press area. He was fucking loving it. James Storm is a great wrestler, you guys, and he is a huge Ouija Mac fan. Huge. Him and Matt Cross were standing right next to us. They were rapping every word right along with Ouija Mac. It was a treat to see that, you guys. They were getting into it. They were very hyped. They were really into the music, dancing around, rapping right along with Ouija, pointing at Ouija. It looked like they had grown very close together during this tour, all these people. And this is the second time that I have met James Storm. I met James Storm through Nathan Tape, who is the director of Off Ramp, the movie Off Ramp. And
shout out to Nathan Tape and the movie Off Ramp. And everyone.
Correct. If you haven't seen that, please check it out. It is a very good film, and I really have a lot of respect for Nathan Tape as a professional and as someone who did create that film, because there's not enough representation in a positive way about Juggalos. So if you haven't seen it, I recommend it. If you saw it and liked it, we have the same taste. If you saw it and didn't like it, you might want to rewatch it and consider like a lot of the things that it brought to light that were positive, because I feel like it was a good film. But if we disagree, that's great too. But regardless, James Storm was a lot of fun, both during JCW and during Ouija Mac, as well as ICP. I did want to point out, since Bob has a picture up, a lot of JCW wrestlers are huge fans of all of the acts, all of them. They were all lined up, all up close, waiting to see these artists. And they definitely weren't there just for show. They were there because they weren't there. There was no attention brought to the fact that, hey, there they are over there, you know, like to hype everybody up and to give them attention. It was just like they were showing their respect for fellow entertainers who obviously deserve their respect, because obviously we wouldn't be talking about this right now if it were people who didn't deserve that kind of respect. Matt Cross. Did I say his name wrong? God damn it.
I don't know. It's Matt Cross, though. It was pretty cool. Yeah. I think it was pretty cool that they were like, I can go up there, and they were asking you, and you're like, yeah, I'll go up there, motherfucker.
Oh, yeah, because you guys, this is what happened. So when we were outside smoking, we're like, shit, what's that? And it was Shaggy the Airhead.
Night, Jane.
And Bob and I had to go through the metal detector every time. So I got down there fast, and I noticed during Shaggy the Airhead, you guys aren't going to see much, really, as much as other things, from as far as people that were on the other side of the barricade, closer to the stage in the press area, which would be us, including us, because Shaggy the Airhead did not have a lot of people. So I had to run up to James Storm. I'm like, hey, James, how many songs has he played? Because when you have a press pass, if you're unaware, it's for the first 3 songs. That's the industry standard, that you will get a press pass and you're on that side of the barricade for the first 3 songs. Luckily, during the night of Hallowicked, we were able to do the first 3 songs. And for some artists, the security was cool with us because we weren't in any trouble, and neither were any of the other people who were given the passes. So they let us stay a little bit longer, but we did stay all the way in front on the other side of the barricade at all times because we would not have been able to get back. So when we were at the Shaggy the Airhead set, we were getting there kind of late due to smoking outside and trying to make our way back and show him the pass and all that stuff. But James Storm, I told him, I was like, how many songs did he play? And he's like, is this a test? And I said, no. And he said, 2. I think this is the second one. I was like, okay, because we're allowed to go there for the first 3 songs. And he's like, oh shit. And he went up there and he's like taking all kinds of pictures, dancing around. He was hamming it up with the crowd. Everybody was feeding off everybody's energy, whether it was JCW energy or any kind of musical act, like whether it be metal or rap. Everybody was very supportive. The crowd was showing a lot of love. There was a lot of socializing during everybody's set. I felt like it was
great.
It wasn't the same feel as The Gathering. It was a different,
different vibe a little bit.
It was different in the way that like we weren't all gonna stay there, we weren't all sleeping there and stuff, and it felt like there was quick connections. I can tell you that. When people recognized who I was, it touched my heart. So whether you're watching now or later, thank you to all our new subs that we got from both nights, because I know that the people that subbed up to us are people that I spoke to personally. They did it right on the spot. We really, really, really appreciate you immediately doing that. There was also a woman from Connecticut who I'll never know if you see this, because she said she has no social media, but she's at all the ICP stuff. And she called me the GOAT. She said, I'm the GOAT because I'm a juggalette that is standing out and doing different things than what they've seen a lot of juggalettes do. And I do encourage, if you're a juggalette to, if you're interested in starting a channel, go ahead and try it. And I will be more than supportive, and I will pump your channel as much as possible. So there's not a lot of us out here. If you're a juggalette and you want to be on Instagram or YouTube or anything, I would be more than happy to support you. So I just wanted to make that point. Bob, what you got?
It's an hour and 23 minutes.
Is that all the pictures?
Like the one picture that I guess I didn't really show was this one. It's the aftermath. I borrowed this from my friend off his Instagram. Yeah. And that was white beige carpet, right?
Yeah, it was white. It was white carpet. Yeah.
Pretty much,
it looks like they tore it out, though. That looks like the floor.
No, that's the carpet.
Oh.
That's like, this is up on the stage, right? The top.
Oh, okay. I see it now. I did look around my phone.
And then down, the bottom picture is from the top of the stage down onto the floor. But yeah, obviously they just rolled all the carpet up at the end, I'm thinking. But yeah, that was the last picture, I believe.
Okay. Let me just, oh, no, we missed something.
What?
You guys, if you watch JCW, I'm just going to give away my favorite wrestler right now because I wanted to give him a shout out and we did not.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Oh my God.
What the fuck am I thinking then? Oh my God, what am I thinking?
The Pizza Man. You guys.
How could you forget the Pizza Man, huh?
Yeah. Come on. Come on, you guys. Give it up for Luigi Primo, please, when you watch JCW.
Primo, he is Primo. How could we forget the Primo? I mean,
I didn't. I just was getting to it. I have it in notes. My notes.
We saved the best for last is what you did.
The best too, because Mickey Knuckles was also amazing. She's one of my favorites. She's second.
She's very cool.
Close second. Yeah, but Luigi Primo, you guys, he will be in the video that we are creating, and possibly on the big project we're working on. We're going to be talking to him about it when he has settled down and gotten some sleep. But if you guys don't know who that is and you do watch JCW, he is the pizza dough guy, the guy that spins the pizza dough and kicks some fucking ass. And as an Italian juggalette, I will tell you, I couldn't be more proud of the guy. He is the character work he does, his athleticism and his personable, kind, humble personality is nothing short of incredible. This guy is, I don't know. If you watch JCW, you know who I'm talking about. And if you don't watch JCW, I encourage you to do so. And when you do so, you'll know exactly why he's my favorite. It's not just because I'm Italian, I swear to God. It is because, Bob, you want to say what you like about him? Maybe you can say it better than me. Like
I don't know. I think he's funny. His character's funny for first thing. Who couldn't like a guy who spins, you know, fucking pizza dough and smacks him in the face with the pizza dough and beats him in the face with the pizza dough, chokes him with the pizza dough, makes the pizza out of the fucking pizza dough he made yesterday and serves it to the fucking wrestlers as a fucking fuck you. I mean, the guy's fucking, the shit's funny, man. And I just love the whole shit, man. I mean, there's a lot of wrestlers out there, and I'm one of them people that's like dazzled by fancy things and sparkly things. I don't know. But when I watch wrestling, I don't want to see some jackass come out and say, I'm from Florida. I'm Florida man. You know, no offense to Florida man, but he's not doing
right. Yeah, right. You guys, if you watch JCW, you can hear Bob screaming "fuck Florida" over and over, and that was just because of the wrestler. That was just because of the character that came out. That was all.
Right, and he wrestled my boy. Right, he wrestled Primo. So like,
yeah,
I got, you know,
some shit.
You understand what I'm saying? You know, you can't be a wrestler and be like, well, I'm just gonna, you know, be myself. You know, you got to put some heart into it. You got to put some character into it. And if you're gonna be your character, you got to be your character. Now, Florida man should have came out with whatever Florida people do. I don't know, but
they go to the beach.
He wasn't very Florida man, if you ask me. He was more Michigan man, playing the Florida man or something. I don't know, but anyway, yeah, Primo's a shit, and you know we have a lot of other people that are sending us videos too. We talk. Matt Cross is, I think he might have been on board, which is awesome. We're gonna reach out to a few people because we weren't able to talk to them at JCW because things were very busy. People were everywhere running around like bitch ass chickens with the head cut off. You know,
not the wrestlers. I don't want you to be misunderstood.
No, people were running around and everything was frantic. Like wrestlers had to be here. They had to be here. They wanted to do this and they had to do this. There was things. And we didn't want to be in the way of that. I didn't want to stop them from or fucking up anything they had to do, you know, regardless. And that's where we reached out to some that we couldn't get to, and they're going to make our videos for our video. I mean, it is what it is, but it's awesome. Is what it is. So.
Right. So we did touch base with him I touched base with him while we were standing next to him during, was it Ouija Mac?
Matt Cross?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think it was Ouija Mac. And I was like, hey, we were supposed to interview you. We're making this video for Violent J about JCW, and I wanted to include you, and I tried to, but like every time it was an opportunity, he was busy. And I said, I want to respect you and your profession and your obligations. And he was like, oh man, like get a hold of me. I'm in. I want to be in this video. So we do have him confirmed. We do have Luigi Primo scheduled to be a part of it. And we already have quite a few interviews that we will be bringing to you on our content. So basically, you're gonna wait. at least 2 weeks for these 2 videos, or at least just for one
Well,
of these.
That's my like long deadline. Obviously, I'm shooting for sooner, and
we are shooting for sooner. But in case anybody's watching, we are at their convenience.
And I don't want people to think either. I'm sorry I interrupted you, but I don't want people to think either that this is just going to be a video of a live stream that we stood there and recorded. There's a lot more to it than that.
Oh yeah, this is you guys. This is
not like it's going to be a quick video. It's not going to be wrestling. I mean, it's going to be wrestling, but it's not going to be full matches. It's not going to be maybe what you are thinking. You know, it's going to be our style of video.
Right, which is what he wanted. So there will, but just to be specific, they are separate videos. The wrestling will be separate from the music, and the music will include everything that you want, with respect to the rules of YouTube. But I think all Bob means by it is like, it's not like, and it's good that you said that, because it could be taken a lot of ways, but it's not like I already saw JCW, I already watched it. Like, it's not even like that. We're not going to replay matches that you've seen. That's not anything that you've seen is not the way that we're doing it. It's not going to be a replay. It's not going to be a repeat at all of anything that you've seen. It's our content that we did that is not full matches. We will be showing, what you will see is action-packed, in your face. Like, it's going to show you why JCW is the only wrestling you need to watch ever. JCW is balls to the walls, blood, sweat, and tears. And I mean blood. If you haven't seen it, I can't describe anything. They have the biggest, baddest motherfuckers in the JCW. So if you're a wrestling fan or have ever been a wrestling fan, or you're a fan of Violent J, support him and get involved and throw likes on those streams for Lunacy, you guys. Show him all that love back. That was the reason for this whole live tonight. We went over about 32 minutes. I originally planned to only go an hour. Sorry about my voice. Sorry about the lack of contacts. I had them in for so long the last 2 days. I really, really need a break. Appreciate you guys being here. And also, we do need you to realize we are not going to just stop content. Those 2 videos are going to be like worked on in the process of us doing other content. We do have to get with Humble so that we can figure out when we're going to do the Mothman prophecies. I do plan to do my interview that we were going to do early September with acetone. Acetone. I'm so bad with names. I suck. You guys, I was getting names wrong for so long, and I get so mad when people pronounce my name wrong, so I apologize. But whether or not you know it, I do get nervous when I go on live sometimes. And I've been pretty emotional about how amazing Violent J was. So I'm a little bit scatterbrained, but we will be doing our interview with him. We'll be doing the thing with Humble. We'll be doing an interview with Slump with the Pump. We'll be doing an interview with Trauma Too Sick, and we'll be doing any video that you guys request. So send us a request, whether it's paranormal, true crime, Juggalo stuff, any music, any art, anything strange, anything that piques your interest. We just want to do whatever content is important to you. And remember, if you have a channel, or if anybody else that you know has a channel that you would like to give a shout out or put the link in our chat during a live, absolutely do that. We want everybody to succeed and everybody to get all the views and all the likes possible, because we're all a great big Juggalo family, and family needs to support each other. So in the spirit of EC Juggalo, everybody support everybody, please. What were you going to say, Bob?
I was just going to say goodbye to everybody. Have a great night.
See you in a few days.
Love y'all. And hopefully we'll talk to you soon.
Have a good weekend.
Wow.